How's it going, everybody? This is Old Man Crutchy. We got a APA match for you today with Vinnie and Myrna. Vinnie is a 5, Myrna is a 4. So it's a 4-3 race. We're playing over here at Murray Street Darts again. Last week, or a couple weeks ago, we played over here, and the tables had a lot of table roll. It was really bad. So, if you're in the Springs and you come around here, don't go on table 7. That's that one in the top right corner. So, Vinny broke. He won the lag. Vinny broke. He broke dry. And now it's Myrna's. She makes the 5. You're probably wondering what the 0.0 is next to the names. I decided to do that to, I don't know, show like some type of progressive statistic. So it's based on shots made versus missed. So that doesn't include like defensive shots, but the misses, like Vinny broke and didn't make a ball, that would count as a miss because you shot and you didn't make anything. So let's get back to the match over here. I'm just talking too much. Vinny, it looked like he tried to shoot it up to the. We'll call this the bottom on the breaking side. Breaking side will be the bottom, and then the top will be the rack side. So Vinny missed the shot. We got Myrna up, and I think she's solids. She doesn't have a clear shot, so she has to kick at something. It looks like she was going after the 5. She ended up touching stripes, so that's ball in hand. Now we got a little bit of clutter over here, over by the 8 ball. I think Vinny is stripes, so he needs to get rid of these problem balls here first. I would probably start with the 9 just off the bat, or what looks like the 12 on the left side of the table from the breaking position. That ball. I guess these angles are a little bit goofy, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to depict positions, so just roll with it. So that was a good shot over there. He needs to roll this 10 into the side and come down onto the bottom of what looks like the 12 in the middle of the table. It could be the 14. I don't know what color it is. But he does have a backup ball, and it's the one on the lower right corner from us. That's a good shot. Came a little too far for that. I think it's a 13. This might be the 14 here. So I think the 14's in the middle of the table. I think a better shot would probably be to draw it back and we'll basically stun shot it to the side rail. He didn't want to bump that 4. So now he's in a tough position. Obviously, he's got around the 8 ball is pretty secure, so he could just play defense just by touching this 9 and getting on the bottom side of the 5. Nice shot, nice shot. He was hoping for that breakout. That might have been a spin issue because it looked like the natural angle would have pushed it into that pile, but it didn't. So he's got another chance to wag at it. It didn't quite get there. He's probably looking at his options. I would probably hit the stripe closest to the 8 and push it into what looks like the 13 and keep the ball on the bottom rail underneath that stack. Some balls might get spread a little bit, but what Myrna would be able to probably make would be either the 2 or the 6 into the side. He did a good job executing that. So, like I said, I think it's a 7 ball that the cue ball is next to. It looks like it. If she shoots it right, it would go in there and into the corner, and then she would get decent position. She had a decent shot on that ball. I don't think I would shoot for the 5. I would probably make the 4 into the corner. You can't really trust the slow rolls in this on these tables. These ones in particular aren't too bad, but seems like the tables over by the little threshold between the pool room and the dart room are a little odd. She going into the... Oh, she's going in the corner. That was a solid shot right there. She drew it back too much. I think she wanted that 4. So she's kind of forced to shoot for this... was that a 5? To get shape on that 7. That was real close. She could have had a real good shot on that 7. From here, it looks like that... whatever that ball is by the 7 can go into the corner right there, and the cue ball could either bump the 8 or just go straight past the 8, but he can't hit it too hard, so that way he keeps his shape on the I think it's the 13. Okay, that was the 15. So it looks like he might have gotten a little straight here. He might be able to cheat the pocket a little bit, or either way, he wants to come 2 rails side to side to have shape on the 8 into the side. See how he plays it. He put draw on it, and I think that might have slowed it down. If he put top right on it, or just center ball, but with some right English, I think it would have popped off of that rail a little bit easier. No product placement, right? We're not doing that. But it is Saturday night here over in Colorado, and not a Tuesday, so it's all good. He missed the 8 ball. I don't think the 8 ball went into the corner with that 6 being there. She's got a fairly easy run out. Drawing off the 4 to hit the side rail is probably going to be her hardest shot to do. She misses the side pocket. Finicky little side pockets. But she tucked him away from the 8, so I think he's about to take a... Okay, he is about to take a timeout over here. I sped up the timeout. Basically what I'm telling him is, I think the smartest shot you can do is to call the 8 ball over into the corner pocket over there, and then regardless if you make it, the 8 ball will go to that corner, and the goal is to leave the cue ball on that short rail, and because she just has a hard shot with anything, and if he can get him behind the 4, then it's an even harder shot, because the 4 doesn't go to that corner with that 5 being over there. He hit it well. Something definitely hit a rail, which is good. Now, the easiest shot she can make would be to bank that 6 or shoot for the 5. The 5 is a longer shot, so the better chance shot would probably be the 6. but she needs to hit it. Well, there's a lot of things that could happen with that. She ended up playing it well anyway, because the 6 is blocking the 8 into that corner pocket. So Vinny's electing to just say that it's going to go into that pocket, just in case if it does. I would probably put it on the other pocket, because the 8 ball would go that way as it did. But it's a good defensive shot, because he knows that the best place to put Myrna is on this side of the table, somewhere in the range of this 4. And this is also a Thanksgiving match. Vinny was real excited when I told I did like a number draw. I said pick a random number between 1 and 10, and so he picked 7, and it rolled 7. If you Google random number generator between X and X, it'll do it for you. Google is really just an amazing thing. You could flip coins with it. It's awesome. But, yeah, so he's excited for his, I think he said his mother to watch this video. So, happy Thanksgiving, Vinny, and family. And all the YouTubers' families and everything. You know what I'm talking about? So we tried to bake the 8. He didn't get there, but it was pretty close. So Myrna's taking a timeout, I think. Is she taking a timeout? Oh, she's getting the bridge. Okay. Excuse me.
I mean, I think you took the better shot, because now you're like, okay, well, you're playing with chance.
It's probably weird using the bridge. A lot of people don't really use the bridge. She made the ball, but she's got a tough shot on this 4 and the 7. She's looking to bank the 4, but personally I would probably try and bank the 7 just to keep Vinny on that side of the 8. Leave him with the harder shot. But she's going for gold, I think. She could be trying to cut the 4 into the side and come down a couple. No, she's banking it. Could have been a defensive shot, trying to 2-rail bank the 4 in line with the with his shot in the 8. But that was a pretty solid attempt to the bank. Vinny makes the 8. Good job, Vinny. Good job, bud. So he breaks again, and then he scratches. There's a lot of clutter down table. Now, when you scratch on the break, you have to shoot from behind the second diamond up table, or also known as the kitchen. So it looks like the easiest shot for her would be the 13. Good shot. She made position for what looks like the 13 in the corner. She's shooting pretty quick. She must have seen a pattern. Probably just stop shot what looks like that 14 or 12. Looks like it was the 14. Good shot. I don't know how she would have. She's shooting so fast. I don't think she's focused on trying to break out the balls. I think she's just trying to clean up a little bit, and then, oh, she ended up scratching. It's probably too straight for her. And then maybe she could deal with the other balls later, but I mean, she is She is a 4. She probably doesn't think like that based on her skill level at the moment. I think he needs to get onto this one ball here. Ooh, he just kind of poked at it. Perhaps he was going for the 6 and trying to hit one rail to make the breakout with what looks like that 3. It could knock out the 4. Okay, she took a timeout, and I must have forgotten to press record. I think she did a defensive shot, and that's how we got here. So, didn't leave Vinnie a good spot. Um, he missed that breakout, so he's going to have a hard time getting here, or getting there. He could 2-rail the put the 2 into the corner and have the Q come down 2 rails to nudge the 15. He wants to shoot the 5. That was a very close shot. But still, I don't think he really needs to worry too much about the pile over there, because really she has the harder shots, especially with the 15 being tied up with the 8. She swings at it. The 5 makes a good breakout ball if he can get good shape on it. The next ball he should probably hit would be the 1 into the corner, closest to us, and come around 3 rails. That's also a good option. I didn't see that angle. Came up a little short on that if he was trying to use the 5. She's going to swing at it. It's a good defensive shot. She put him close to the rail, so he has a hard shot on either the 2 or the 1, and the 5 does not go past that 15 into the corner. See, these are good two-way shots. He, if he made it, he can swing at whatever ball he wants, really. But, oh, she didn't hit a rail.
Did that touch your rail? Okay.
This would probably be the opportunity that I would take to mess with that pile, but maybe he feels more comfortable with her messing it up. He got on the underside of the 5. The best thing he could do right here to make a breakout is to put mostly left spin, and it'll kind of carry off the rail and end up hitting her 9 in as well, probably, but I don't think he got good shape on it. He could just defense her by hitting the 5 and having the cue ball carry him off the rail. Oh, he hit it a little too square, but put her behind the stack, so she has a hard time touching the 9. But he ended up giving her ball in hand. Okay, so it looks like she wants to come one rail, make the 9, and okay. Nobody really wants to touch the stack. If she hits it here, she's just going to open them up. Oh, and she didn't hit a rail either. For players of this caliber, it's hard enough just simply making the ball. And, touching a rail, there's just a lot going on with where the balls are right now. So, um, she's probably just over we're 13 innings in. It's not too bad. But she did give him ball in hand, so he's got a fairly simple run out here. He needs to draw from the 4 a little bit. Come one rail. He didn't play that too well. But he could play defense. Really, he's got control of the table. He's got one more ball than her, and everything's around the 8. So I think that's what he's electing to do. Just push the 3 out, have it hit a rail, and tuck her behind the 8. He hit it to center. It didn't have enough time for it to roll. He did probably want a slower paced hit, though. And his 3 is blocking her 15. Yep. But that was an excellent shot anyway, because she tucked him behind the 8. She tucked him behind the 8, so he has no sight on any of his 2 other balls, and she stuck the 15 in front of the corner where both of those balls go. With the exception of, I guess, what looks like the 5. That goes into the side. They both go into the side, but he has to hit the ball first. And he hits it, and then he ends up scratching. Jeez. She's got ball in hand now. She still has to travel towards one side of the table. She probably wants to just shoot this straight into the corner that she's looking at now. Just put some top on it and get on that same side of the 8 to put it into the right corner on the far side. She's going in the right direction. I don't think she put enough top on there. Maybe she wasn't too confident with that shot. It is a long shot. The best she can do here is kick at it. She's marking the pocket just in case if it goes in. If it does go in, if it gets close to going in anyway, it will put him back up table. The 8 could potentially be blocking the pocket for the 5, and he would have to bank at the 3. See if she hits it.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll see how it goes. But it'll go 3.
She hit it, and she hit it well. Put him pretty close to the rail. Here he's got plenty of room to just put, to his perspective, left spin on it, or I guess he put top on there, top left. Have it come back down one side. He just needs to slow roll this, just put some top on there, and then it'll come right through. Boom, did you even notice anything? I had to let the dog in. Alright, so Vinnie just needs to slow roll this. Just put some top on there and roll straight up for the 8 into the opposite corner. He did pretty good. Probably wishes that he could have gotten a little closer, but... The shot could be difficult depending on if it's frozen to the rail or not. I couldn't tell you if it's frozen right now, but he knows which pocket it needs to go in. And he almost gets there. And she's got a cut on this. It is from a long distance, so... So if we look at that point system next to the score where it says Vinnie is 2.0 and Myrna is 0.66, what that's saying is Vinnie on average makes about 2 balls every time or per miss. And Myrna is she's missing a little bit more than she's making balls in. And she swing and a miss. It hit that corner. She did control the cue ball well, but those long shots, you just have to kind of focus on your aim a little bit. She's probably still trying to figure it out, and for herself. Vinny's taking a timeout right now because he's worried about the scratch, and I said all you got to do is just hit this 8-ball into the that far corner over there where he put his thing at, and nothing should scratch. Even if he hit it really hard, I think there would have been enough spin on that cue ball to hit the rails and avoid scratching into the corner closest to us, but on the other side. So Vinny makes a ball in off the break. And this is a pretty solid break. Everything seems to be pretty open. The 15 and what looks like the 7 are kind of tied up. I'd probably choose stripes just because that 15 that's tied up goes into the corner to the right closest to us. So he should probably start with this 11 in the corner closest to us. And he could put some left spin to come back down table 2 rails, and he could either have that shot or a shot on what looks like the 12. That's just to the left of the 15. I suppose that 10 by the 2 goes, so maybe that's why he chose that shot. Give him a decent shot on either the 12 or the 9 if it goes. He could have been more worried about that 13, so he got good position on there. This is kind of a key shot here because he needs to put top on the ball to basically try and make shape for the 12. He put himself in jail here. Kind of jabbed at it a little. He could kick at the 9 and maybe knock out the 2, hitting at one rail. It would expose the 1, but might tie up the 2 and 3. He might be able to see that 15. I suppose he could, but there is a scratch there, and he gets there. He probably could have avoided it if he was able to see the cue ball a little bit more, or if he was a little bit more confident in his stroke, because he could have pushed it off of the 3. I think it was inevitable that it would hit the 3, the cue ball, but he could have maybe hit the side rail and have it kick off of there, avoiding the scratch. But so she's got ball in hand, and she needs to get that 1 out of there, and she needs to shoot it into the corner that it's facing at from here. She needs to stun this ball right here. Rolled a little far, but she's got good shape on the 5. She should draw this back or push for the... Well, She's going to have a hard time on this 3. It works out, though, because it looks like her 12 tied up his... or, I'm sorry, she nudged his 12 and kind of put himself in a bad... or she put him in a bad position. I think he just wanted to play safe there, or defense. Probably would have drawn it back a little bit so she has a harder shot on the 2. She could see the 2, which isn't good, but she does have a problem with what looks like that 3 that's right behind it. I don't know if that 3 goes to the opposite corner. There is a bank here. She needs to roll this cue ball up. There we go. She has a good shot on this bank, but getting position onto the 8 would be a little bit of an issue. She must have nudged the 9 ball. I think the easier out here would be to roll up the 15, hit the 15 into the corner, putting top on it, and having it roll down from the long rail to the short rail to have position on the 12. And then he can roll down for the 9 coming back up to the same corner as the 15. He could push this head towards the... Ooh! Oh, I missed the shot anyway. He could have hit the rail and come onto the bottom side of the 12 to shoot it into the left corner, but at the top. We need to work on position plays, Vinnie. Overcuts the, I think it's the 7. I think the 12 goes past the 8. The 9 ball is a good insurance policy, but the 8 ball is on that side rail, so it probably goes to one of the other corners, so he could use that to get back over to the 15. And he got real close to it. And see, that's a good two-way shot too, because if he made it, he'd have a good shot on the 9. But since he missed it, and he hit it correctly too, she now has is forced to kick at the 7. That's a tough one. You do run the risk of scratching if you kick behind the 8 to put the 7 to the corner closest to us. But putting Vinnie on this side of the table behind the 15 would force him to either shoot at the 12 for a long shot or combo the 15 into the 9. I don't know if he would get good shape on the 15 or the 12 afterwards. She just misses it by a hair. Vinnie's got ball in hand here. What I would do from here is I would probably stop shot the... Oh, he's taking a timeout. So, yeah, I would probably stop shot the 12 here, or drop back. It really doesn't matter, but you need to utilize the 9 to come up for the 15 and then into this corner closest to us and then come over for the 8. The other option would be to start with the 15 and work your way down over to the 12 and the 8. You could get closer to the 8 going that way. And he would have an easy shot on the 8 on either corner on the top side of the table from us. Okay, so from this angle, he just needs to push up the cue ball. He doesn't need to do anything fancy, just roll up the cue ball to the underside of the 8 and shoot it to the left corner. I think he's just making sure that he doesn't get too close to the 8. Boom. Oh, I said it in the video too. Simple stop shot on the 8 towards the corner. Good shot, Vinnie. Alright, it's 3-4. Myrna has yet to get to the board. Vinnie is playing some good defenses, but sometimes she does defense herself, so it makes the game a little bit harder to play. So fortunately, a stripe went in. If you make a ball on the break, it's make it, take it, unless if you get one of each, then it's open. So he has to take stripes, and this is the best shot he's got. He could probably cut that that ball. Well, that was probably the better shot since he stop shotted it. He just needs to cut this up to the other corner and push into that, what looks like the 15. And he gets real close. So Myrna's solids, and it's a tougher shot, but the easiest shot would be the 6 into the corner. You do kind of have to jack up on it a little bit. Well, she pushed the cue into the stack, so it works as a two-way shot. He's got a hard shot on... I mean, he could hit a ball, but chances of him making something are pretty slim. So this is a good opportunity to play a defense. And that's Joe over there. He needs to quit whacking balls off the table. Dang. he just smacked at one of the balls and made 2 of them in at the same time. In opposite sides too. That's a shot. That's a shot for a highlight. That's a highlight reel. Now his next problem ball looks like this 12 that's tucked over by the 6. I would probably put top on it and try and knock it out from here, putting it the 10 into the side pocket. I think that's what he's doing. Oh, I got a little shy from it. I don't know if that 12 goes. But swinging at that 15 would be a really hard shot, so I think he just has to. And it does go. And he didn't draw it back far enough for the 15. Really, he just needs to... he just needed to hit a rail. Just hit the 15 and have something touch the rail. She's still got a rough table to deal with here. I think I would, if she's feeling confident with it, I would probably stop shot the 2 up to the corner that she's leaning by. The 2 probably does go into the corner opposite of where the stripe's at. She might have a good shot on the 4 into that corner too, right now. Nice shot. I think she just wants to clean up a portion of the table so that way she can kind of control the bottom side of the table a little easier. What she could probably do is bank the 1, just touching it to the rail and keeping Vinnie down table on the underside of the 15, so he's forced to either bank it or just have a hard shot on it. That shot probably works better because Vinnie has a harder shot, but she did tie up her ball with the other one, so this table's just getting harder and harder for her. Needs to kick at it. Oh, and he almost got there. Fortunately, he just made her situation worse. I think that 1 goes into the corner if the, well, looks like the 3 or the, oh, it could be the 5 and the 3 that's tied up, and this could be the 1. I think the 5 goes into the corner. I probably would have shot for the 5 first. Good defense. He can see, it could be the 11, the stripe. He could see the stripe ball and try and make it up corner. This could be a 2-way shot. He really has nothing to worry about here, make or miss. He tried it though. He's having a hard time deciding how to get onto this 8 with the changing of the table. But I think the only pockets that the 8 goes into are the side pocket away from us and the corner towards the right on our side. So I think she might want to go for this 5 now. Perhaps she was going for the 3. I'm not really sure. This is a scratchable shot if you hit it wrong. It could go on either side. Now it looks like for her the 5 and the 1 in front of it towards the corner are tied up. So, well, yeah, something is visible and going into that pocket. So he needs to put her in a place that avoids that. Nice. And that ball goes in anyway. APA. Any ball in any pocket counts except for the 8. It has to be last. Okay, so Vinnie's calling a timeout. He's in a bad position for the 8, so I'm telling him to basically billiard the 8 off of the 2 into the corner. There is, I remember this shot, there is a little bit of a gap there, so he needs to hit the 8 ball kind of full. I'm telling him, you basically just need to stop shot it right here. It's going to hit off the 2, and you need to look at where off the 2 it will hit. You know it's going to go to that pocket. Just like that. Oh, but what he doesn't want is that 8-ball to go in. But it did help his his situation a little bit better. She's gonna have a hard time breaking this up because the 4 or the 2 is gonna have a hard time getting in there. The best thing she could do is hit the 4 and play a defense. And she hits the wrong side of the 4. He's got a clear shot on this 8 now. She's just over it. Vinny's about to make up for my match because I'm a 6 that played another 6 and 8-ball, and he got an 8 on the snap, and he broke and run the next, and it was just bad. Good job, Vinny. Vinny wins the round. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you have a lot of food, and everybody gives thanks to all the things that they have and stuff. Be thankful for what you got, So, wait next week for the next video. Have a good one, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. Peace.